Hello and welcome to your mom's favorite channel. And today we'll get right into it. In a mixing bowl, measure 600 grams of bread flour, 16 grams of salt, and seeing that this is a savory loaf, I'm adding 5 grams of nutritional yeast, and this is optional. And then in a measuring cup, add 20 grams of sugar or syrup with 350 grams of lukewarm water. And give it a quick stir to dissolve the sugar, and then you add 1 packet or 10 grams of instant yeast. And then let it stand for about 5 minutes or until it gets frothy. And then we're going to be adding some oil to this. 15 grams of sunflower oil, 10 grams of sesame oil, and 5 grams of black truffle oil. But if you don't have any flavored oils available, 30 grams of any oil will do just fine. Then mix everything together until you get a shaggy dough, turn it out onto a clean work surface, and then you knead the shit out of it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Or until you worked out all your fucking frustrations and the dough has become nice and smooth, work it into a little ball, give it a few beach slaps, then cover it in an oiled container for 60 minutes to proof. And while that's proving, we've got some time to get our herbs ready. So my mother-in-law has got a very nice herb garden and she kindly gave me a bunch of basil, some flat leaf parsley and some chives. And these are the ratios that I used. 10 grams of chives, 40 grams of parsley with the stems, and 50 grams of basil. And then don't be an idiot like me, just give the herbs a rough chop before trying to blend them. And then measure out 75 grams of any vegan butter or margarine. Throw it in the microwave to give it a quick melt, then toss it into the herbs. I added a teaspoon of dried sage, 1 clove of garlic, and 1 tablespoon of salt. And then blend until everything is incorporated. You can use any combination of herbs that you like or even just store-bought pesto. For the second loaf I used 100 grams of sun-dried tomatoes, a clove of garlic, a sprig of rosemary, half a tablespoon of salt, and 75 grams of vegan butter. Once everything is blended, place it into the fridge for 30 minutes to firm up. This will make it easier to work with later on. After 60 minutes, your dough should have at least doubled in size. Lightly dust it with some flour and divide it in half. And then keep the one half covered until we need it later. And then generously dust your work surface, dough, and rolling pin with some flour, and then start rolling out the dough to anything from 3 to 5 millimeters in thickness. And make sure that the dough is not sticking to your work surface. And then start smearing your herb paste to cover the entirety of the dough. Aside from eating the bread, this is probably my favorite part of the whole process. And then we start rolling the dough up, and this is why it's important to not have the dough sticking anywhere. Divide the dough in half and place the pieces next to each other. Get your bread pan ready and lubricate it, and then using a very sharp knife or blade, cut the dough lengthwise, cut deep but not all the way through, to expose all those beautiful herb layers. And then plait the two pieces together, folding the one over and then under the other, while trying to keep the cut side facing up. Take a moment to admire your creation and then place it into the bread pan. I had to fold mine into an S shape to have it fit, and then I started the whole process over for the next loaf. Roll it out, make sure it doesn't stick, forget to focus your camera, spread the paste, roll it up into a log, divide it, slice it, plait it. This one I'll be baking on a flat tray, and that way the layers will be even more exposed. And then proof them again for another 40 minutes. And then after 40 minutes they should have doubled in size again. And then give them a quick brush or spray with some plant-based milk and place it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes. And then as soon as you take it out of the oven while still piping hot, brush it with some vegan butter or margarine. This will give it a nice glazed look and will also impart a little bit of flavor. But if you want to keep the fat content low, you're pretty much f***ed already, because this is a rich, tasty and beautiful loaf of bread. And you might ask yourself, how the f could this get any better? Well, just wait until you experience those beautiful swirls of herbs on the inside. You can experiment with any combination of herbs, and it's a great way to use up any herbs you might have lying around. And this one is great for snacking and dipping into sauces and soups. Oh hi Nori, do you want to say anything? Nori, you said you wanted to show the people how to make nice toast with this bread. I guess I'll have to show them then. You can get more content like this over on Instagram, where you can find some cool ideas on how to use some of the stuff we've made on this channel. Like the toast you see being made. And I must say, this will be the best smelling toast you will ever experience. Hey, are you being a shy girl today, Nori? Anyway, if you like this recipe, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, and as always, see you in the next one. Peace!